Hi amigos, we're eating some chocolate. Hello and welcome to Save the Flavor. We try the foods that you don't have to unless you want to. I'm your host Stephen White. With me as always Katrina and Crash. So we went to Boston a few weeks ago, and while we were up there we happened to spot some chocolates that we'd never seen down south in our neck of the woods. What it is it's a very specific type of chocolate. It's Mexican style stone ground chocolate, and it comes in a variety of flavors. So we got as much that we could find in different flavors, and we thought we would try them, and if you happen to find them where you are, you can try them as well. But from what I can tell, what we have here, they are all dark chocolate, and they all come, it looks like a disc. So we're just going to kind of go through each one. I'll show you this one. This one that we're starting off with is just cacao. It's 70% dark chocolate, and as you can see, it's like a little disc, just like that. And then they're all like that. Of course, I think 3 of them have more than one little chocolate disc in it. So what do you guys think? You excited about this?
Yeah,
I'm excited.
I think that one's a good one to start with because it gives us an idea of what the chocolate in general tastes like.
The baseline.
Good baseline. It says on the back, again, 70% dark. It's organic. It says we stone grind cacao beans into perfectly unrefined, minimally processed chocolate with bold flavor and texture. So it's essentially organic cacao beans and cane sugar with traces of almonds, cashews, coconut, hazelnuts, and pecans. Woo! So, pardon. So keep that in mind if you have peanut allergies or anything like that. The best buy date on this, luckily for us, is in 2020. So I think we're fine. So let me correct this.
I would like to point out the fact that we found these at a health food store.
We did.
Because we could not find a grocery store to save our life where we were staying. And there was a nice little market. And it was all like healthy food and everything. And it was really nice and pretty reasonably priced.
Health food and liquor. Keep that in mind too.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's just a common thing in Boston, but we're gonna assume so.
It's better than a Dunkin' Donuts.
Yeah, a lot. So as you can see, the brand, by the way, is Taza, T-A-Z-A, and it's just like this little disc. So I'm gonna see if we can't just break. Well, no, that didn't work.
Oh, it definitely is straight dark chocolate.
I was kind of hoping that it would have just broken off into nice little pieces, but it really didn't.
You can see the sugar.
You can. I don't know if you can see that in the camera. I'll hold it up there.
That is awesome.
Crystallized sugar.
It's like a little gemstone.
It is.
All right, well, see, because I got none.
That is a very weird texture.
Very strong.
That is extremely bitter.
So if you like your chocolate dark and bitter, even the sugar's really, it kind of cuts it a little bit, but not by much. And it had like a
grainy,
powdery almost, but again, stone ground, so I guess that makes sense.
I mean, it's not bad.
No.
One of my favorite things that me and my dad used to do is we'd get a jar of peanut butter and one of those giant Hershey's dark chocolate bars and just dip that in the peanut butter and eat it, because then it kind of cuts down the bitterness of the dark chocolate. That would be amazing.
I don't think that's something that I could eat in bulk. Like, it would be like one of those few bites.
Yeah.
And I'm done for a week.
I think it's good if it's something you like. If you just have a hankering for some dark chocolate for whatever reason, take a little bite of that. It'll probably do you for a while. Next, same thing, but this is a vanilla version of it, and it's made with the same things but with vanilla beans. So I would assume similar texture with a little bit less taste to it. This is only 50% dark, so not as bitter, I would imagine. But then again, I've never eaten straight vanilla beans either. Looks about the same. Still has that grittiness. You can see the sugar.
The same.
Does smell the same. So let's see if it tastes the same.
It's lighter.
The vanilla bean, it's almost like it's cutting the bitterness of the dark chocolate, but it's not really there to me. Like I don't really taste vanilla. I'd say if you're not into the more bitter dark chocolate, but you want dark chocolate, the vanilla one would probably be up your alley, even if you're not a fan of vanilla. Okay, now keep in mind, the farther down we go, the weirder it's gonna get. Just be aware, we're getting there. Now this one is coffee flavored, which I would assume coffee beans. This is 55% dark chocolate. By the way, also just to clarify, because I don't think we touched on this, these are actually made in Massachusetts, in Somerville. Coffee beans, let's find out.
You right there?
Got the coffee. It's much grittier.
There's a hint of coffee in there. Like for me, I love black coffee. Bitter, no cream, no sugar, no nothing. But I'm not getting that here. I'm still just getting dark chocolate. So I'm really curious to see where this goes from here, because these are simple. So where do the flavors go from there? What are they trying to accomplish? Because it didn't really temper down the bitterness at all. I mean, equal to the vanilla, but still no odd flavor that just stands out somewhere. So I'm curious. The next we have cinnamon. This is made, just says organic cinnamon. So I'm gonna assume however cinnamon's made, I don't know.
I just realized they have the name on the chocolate.
Now I can smell the cinnamon.
Smell cinnamon.
Oh boy.
It's not overpowering, but it's there. See if the taste is there.
Yup.
Tastes like a Red Hot.
But without the heat.
The cinnamon really came through on this one versus the last three. It's there, it's more prominent, and it's almost like it's fighting the dark chocolate to see which flavor is going to reign supreme. Are you going to taste cinnamon or are you going to taste dark chocolate?
But no matter what, so far across the board, the dark chocolate prevails in the aftertaste.
Will it continue? Now, this is called the Winter Warmer. This is spiked eggnog. I am very curious how you put spiked eggnog into this after we've seen everything here. So, cane sugar, cacao beans. If you're familiar with the way ingredients work on packaging, first ingredient is the one that's the main ingredient, and then as everything goes down, it's lesser and lesser and lesser. That's how they list them. So according to this, the sugar is the prominent ingredient, then the cacao beans, then cocoa butter, nutmeg, organic rum flavor extract, salt, and vanilla beans.
I think this one might be smooth like the vanilla was.
And I keep finding things on the back of this, which I guess I should have read prior to that. It's gluten-free, dairy-free, soy-free, and even vegan. So, you know, if you fit all those bills, if you're one of the people who need that, this is for you.
I can smell something.
It's not really a dark chocolate smell from the start. But it's there. I mean, there's dark chocolate there. It's what's prominent. So, all right.
It is lighter.
The more you chew and kind of hunt it down, the eggnog is there. It's just like if you just popped it in your mouth, chewed it a few times, and then swallowed it, you probably wouldn't even notice. It didn't taste any sweeter.
Not really, no.
It didn't really have a distinctness like the cinnamon did, because I felt like the cinnamon really kicked it up a notch. Bam. Next one we have is Chipotle Chili. This is 50% dark. Cacao beans, cane sugar, organic Chipotle chili powder.
I don't like Chipotle.
I believe this will be hot. I will say this, I do love, out of all the hot pepper spices, I do love Chipotle simply because I feel like it has a distinct flavor. I think the big question here is, will there be heat? Chipotle peppers are hot. If this is powdered Chipotle, I'm gonna bet there's heat.
I can taste the Chipotle.
I can taste my regrets.
I'm not getting heat.
I really didn't taste the Chipotle either.
I got it on like the first bite. It was there and then it was gone.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, the cinnamon didn't have any heat either, so they might just be, that might not be their goal. Like they're just trying to get the flavor from it, not the actual anything else with it.
And they could be.
Which is interesting.
Yeah. And lastly, we have yet another chili. It's I'm gonna nail this. Guajillo Chili. Guajillo. I remember that 2 L's do not make la. It's yeah. Or yeah.
Guajillo.
Yeah. So Guajillo. Guajillo? Now, if there's a Spanish-speaking individual who's watching the show right now and I have botched that word, I apologize, and you can tell me how to say it. But this is 50% dark, cacao beans, cane sugar, and organic chili powder. So it's kind of basic.
And what is a guajillo?
I don't know.
Okay.
We're going to have belly aches later.
I already have one.
All right.
Since the last one wasn't hot, I don't expect this one to be hot. I would like a different flavor because outside of the cinnamon, they've all tasted the same with minor variations. So.
I can taste pepper.
Spicy boy.
Heat.
Yeah, this is the one you want to get if you want heat.
Yeah.
And it even has some of that oiliness that peppers seem to have. Like if you just kind of let it sit and swirl in there a little bit. If you want the heat, if you want a dark chocolate with a bit of kick with a heat, that would be your go-to.
Honestly, it doesn't have any more heat than the jalapeno M&Ms that we had.
What I'll have to say, these are very unique chocolates in how they are made and how they taste. But as a whole, as a group, I really don't feel like one is distinct from another outside of maybe the darkest chocolate, and then the rest, minus the cinnamon, all really are very similar.
Well, I'd say, well, not necessarily. And I think it's funny because it's like a pattern. The dark chocolate is distinct because of the extreme bitterness. The cinnamon, because you actually do get that cinnamon flavor. And then the last one, the chili one, it's distinctive because it has the heat with it.
Right.
And
So-
it literally skips.
So there really are 3 that stand out above all the others and say we are very distinct. Dark taste, bitter, cinnamon, and then heat. The rest, I feel like you could, if we did a blind taste test, I guarantee you none of us could really pick them out. No. With maybe a little bit of, swishing it in our mouth and chewing for a good amount of time, maybe. But we'd have to be like on our game to really pick up on it.
But I mean, like, even with the last one, and I did it with the Chipotle one too, get it down to almost like a paste as you're chewing and then spread it over your tongue. That way it hits like, all your distinctive taste buds. And still, it just, the heat's the only thing that stood out for it.
Yeah.
The one I would be able to pick out is that one because it tasted like a candle. I swear to God. It was not great.
Well, anyway, there you go. Here's some new organic chocolates. Taza, that's what it is. Organic, gluten-free, dairy-free, soy-free, all the free things. And it's all good and healthy for you, I guess.
Well, not all the free things.
No,
Don't
there's not.
eat if you have a peanut allergy.
Yeah, please don't. No, because, it's in the factory. We didn't do it. But if you can find these out there, they may just be Massachusetts-based, so I don't know. But if you happen to find these outside of Massachusetts, let us know and try them for yourself. See what you think, because it might be something you could really dig. If you like dark chocolate, I will say that. If you like dark chocolate. If you don't, I would probably recommend to avoid these. But there you have it. There's our show. Thank you for watching. Videos here, other stuff here, all the other subscribes and Patreons and all that stuff down there. But until next time, keep eating.